everyone, and welcome to my top 10 Gen 2 Pokemon. So let's get started. In 10th place, some of you may be shocked by this, but it's Crobat! Yes, it is! Shh, don't tell on Lawful I've picked one of the bats. As most of you may know, I'm not really a Zubat fan, I'm not really a Golbat fan, but Crobat's grown on me. I got him in one of the Nuzlockes I've been doing, and I actually really liked him. I know, shh. A lot of thinks I'm still like really anti any bat, but yeah, Crobat's grown on me. A Zubat and a Golbat are yet to prove themselves, but Crobat has done so he's made number 10 on my list. Go Crobat, well done. In 9th place, it is Slowking! Yay! So you saw by my Gen 1 that I really like Slowpoke. I love Slowpoke, I love Slowbro, I also love Slowking. It's just one of those things. I love the whole set of those Pokemon. I think Slowking's a little underrated, and I think he needs a bit more love in the world. So everybody, go love the Slowkings. He's amazing. I love Slowking ever since I first saw him in the movie. You know, when we first saw him talk, he was like, I could really do with some pants. I loved him from that moment. That sentence made Slowking for me. I wanted to get him some pants. So yeah, Slowking's number 9. In 8th place, it is Tyrogue. Yes, I love the whole idea between Tyrogue, you know, of Tyrogue rather. The fact that depending on whether his attack or defense is higher or lower, or whether they're equal, he will either evolve into a Hitmonlee, Hitmonchan, or Hitmontop. I think that's an absolutely brilliant idea that Pokemon put in. I don't think they've come up with anything as clever as that yet, actually. I think that's one of their defining points, and I think Tyrogue was a step forward for how Pokemon should evolve, and I think he should be in the top 10 just for that. You know, you get a choice of 3 Pokemon out of him, so I know that happened like a lot later on, they've become a lot of different forms of Pokemon, but I think Tyrogue might have been the starting point of that. In 7th place, I have Suicune! Yeah, I don't really like the legendary, well obviously I like Suicune, but I haven't always been a massive fan of the legendary dogs. Honestly, I haven't really been a massive fan of legendaries in general. I like legendaries, everybody likes legendaries, but I think they're a little overrated. I'm not a humongous fan of them. But out of the legendary dogs, I've been using a Suicune in Pokemon Showdown lately, and it's a bit of a beast. I'm really impressed by it. So at the moment, it's definitely in my top 10. I don't know if it always will be, but at the moment, I'm really liking them. So, you know, I like the look of Entei. Ever since he was in the movies, actually, I like the look of Entei. He's absolutely like stunning design of a Pokemon. He looks beastie, he looks cool. But actually Suicune looks cool too. But playing wise, game wise, definitely Suicune out of those 3. In 6th place, another shock horror for MrsExile. A lot of you probably didn't think this would be here either, but it's a Miltank. Yeah, no, I actually do like Miltanks. I think they're strong. I think they're a nice balanced Pokemon. I think they're good to have in teams, but I do fear Whitney's Miltank, and I think everybody should fear Whitney's Miltank because it just kills all my shuckles. Ugh. But other than that, it's a really good Pokemon. I like Miltanks. In 5th place is Donphan! I don't know why anybody shouldn't like a Donphan. Donphans are amazing. No, I love them. If I was going to have a Gen 2 team, say if I picked a team that was all Gen 2, I'd definitely have a Donphan on my team because I think he'd get me through the game. Donphans are reliable. They're a nice, reliable Pokemon, and I think they're slightly underrated. I don't think as many people like Donphans as they should do. So go share the Donphan love, guys. We love the Donphans. In 4th place, I had a hard time with my top 4 because I wasn't sure, like out of my top 4, I wasn't sure who I wanted where. They were definitely going to be in my top 4, I just didn't know in what order I wanted them. So in 4th place, I actually ended up for Feraligatr. Some people may shout at me for that because they may think he deserved a place higher up. Out of all the starters for this gen, Feraligatr was my favourite by far. I think this gen was made to have Feraligatr in it, I really do. He's absolutely amazing and I love him. So I think a lot of you agree with me that he is amazing, so not much more needs to be said about that. In 3rd place, in my top 3, this is how it ended up. In third place is Smoochum. Yes, you all know I love Jinx. So the fact that a little tiny Jinx has come along, still with its massive lips, I love them. I think they're great, and they're actually incredibly like powerful, like beastie. Like I've in a few of my Nuzlockes, I've come across a Smoochum lately. In a few playthroughs, I've had the Smoochums, and they're the ones getting me through the gyms. Honestly, these Smoochums are doing amazingly. So yeah, a lot of respect for Smoochums at the moment. That they turn into a Jinx, so it's good. In second place is Houndoom. Yeah, I love Houndoom. Everybody loves Houndoom. We all love Houndoom. He is the best fire dog in the world. Dark fire dog, I suppose. Yeah. He's a good Pokemon. He's an amazing Pokemon. I've had a lot of them in playthroughs now, and when they've died in a Nuzlocke, I've been so gutted because he's been so good to use. But if I have been doing a normal playthrough lately, I've been using a Houndoom, and he's absolutely incredible. I can't fault that Pokemon. There's a few Pokemon that I really can't fault, and Houndoom's definitely one of them, so he's made second place. But my number one all-time Gen 2 Pokemon, as I'm sure most of you will guess, is Shuckle! Yeah! For those of you who don't know my Shuckle story, I'll tell you how I got the Shuckle love. So, in my first ever Nuzlocke, when I came across Route 1, my first random Pokemon was a Shuckle, and I caught it, and I was a bit gutted, because I was like, oh, okay, a Shuckle, what am I going to do with that? You know, I've got to get at least to the next route with this Shuckle, and I don't know if it's going to be any good. And I was literally going to replace the Shuckle, and I didn't, and I got literally over halfway through the game with this Shuckle, and it was amazing, and I grew fond of Shuckles from that point. And then for some reason, no matter what playthrough I did, and whether it be a Nuzlocke or anything else, I kept coming across these Shuckles, and I was like, okay, the Shuckles are now following me. The Shuckles are everywhere, and I could catch a lot of them, so I've tended to have a lot of Shuckles on my team, and I now love them to pieces. They are beastie. If you work the Shuckle the right way, it is going to kill everything. It's unstoppable. Its defense is absolutely immense. If you give it Power Switch, that's it, you're set. But yeah, Shuckles are good, especially high level Shuckles. Get the Shuckles, love the Shuckles. There needs to be more Shuckle love. I'd love to see a Shuckle evolution, but I love them, and that is why I'm associated with Shuckle. But I love them. Okay, so that's my top 10 Gen 2 Pokemon, guys. If there's any other Gen 2 Pokemon that you guys think should have been in it, let me know. What are your favourite Gen 2 Pokemon? And if there's any other top 10 videos you guys would like to request from me, leave them in the comments down below, and I try and get through all of them. So hopefully we'll have loads of top 10 videos for you guys to watch. And I will see you next video, guys. See you then. Bye!